Hi, welcome to week 3 of this 4-week block working on body parts. So for this one, we're working with hips and pelvis. So if you've been tight in the lower back or just tight through the front of the hips or deep in the hips, this is going to be a really good session for you. So you can come back and visit it and just explore juicy hips and working with it as well as you go. It doesn't take away if you've got any injuries or aches and you need to go and see somebody, but this is really can be beneficial just for if you've got pain or tension around the lower back and the pelvis. So let's get going with one of my very favorite exercises, happy hips, but then taking it inside the hammock with this one. So beautiful movement. This is where we really get to use the hammock to its finest moment. And so all I'm doing is allowing my leg to relax into the pelvis and swish it from side to side. So really good just to let the leg be heavy, relax into the hammock fully, and just let the pelvis completely relax into the ground as well. So I'm doing this upright, but you can lie back and do this as well, or go back onto your forearms. And then from here, I'm actually going to put the sole of the foot into the hammock. So I'm just getting the hammock a little bit wider here to press into. So then what I do is I just press equally on both feet, but the pelvis doesn't move. So I'm not tilting or moving or lifting. I'm just pressing through the feet and then releasing, pressing through the feet and releasing. So it's just about getting that same connection with both feet. From here, I'm now going to press and then I'm going to lift and back down. So just a simple press and lift of the hips. So it's getting used to one foot being on the ground, one leg being in the air in the hammock. So it will move with you as well as you push. So it's just getting used to that pseudo kind of balance here and this nice closed chain connection. So we're just feeling the difference. So from a standing position, I'm going to take one leg into the hammock. And again, I want it so that I can have the foot flat into the hammock. So I'm getting that feedback from the sole of the foot into it, whether I'm on the toes or the heels. And then all I'm going to do is think about just being at the front of the back leg. So I've really got the ball of my toe I'm traveling forwards, but my heel is grounded. Now from there, I want to really just lengthen the lower back as much as possible. So I'm lifting up through the crown of the head. And then I'm going to push into the hammock at the front, keeping this connection. So just really lifting up with the crown of the head as you press into the front leg. So it's about pressing into that front foot and just really keeping head up above the rib cage and the pelvis, and just really letting the leg be nice and strong here, and the knee is just coming directly in line with my hip as well as I do it. So down on the ground with this one, what we're going to do is take our hands out in front and take one leg behind. And then this time what we're going to do is just gently take the leg behind us, and again, resting into the hammock. From this position, I want you just to find that connection of the pelvis again and release. So I'm moving again the pelvis. If this feels okay, these are options. You do not have to do this, but it's to take the second leg into it. So then we hold ourselves here, and I'm having to really push through the floor with this, and then I tilt the pelvis in this position here. So just really steady, you know, hear my voice, tilting the pelvis in one direction and in the other. This, of course, can be done with the legs straight, and I'm just trying to just take a moment just to stand and just to feel out our hips now. So if the weight is balanced equal on both sides of the feet, and we want to think about the weight being forwards in the balls of the toes, but the heels are grounded down. So we're not kind of gripping back here, but we're equally not on our toes. So we just really want to feel where the weight is in our feet. So we're nice and grounded and connected. So the weight, we're mainly traveling forwards. We want to think about forwards movement, forwards momentum, travel and ease, but we're grounded. The weight is on the heels. Now in the hips, we want to feel like this is quite spongy. So we can really be quite open here through the hips. So there's no gripping. There's a feeling of like being on the edge of a cliff and that we're about to like soar and open our wings wide. We're not tense and nervous on the edge. We're just really open through the hips. And then we want to feel within our rib cage, thoracic, that we've got this connection. So again, we're not in this kind of avoidance place here. We're just really find that we can connect with the back of our rib cage. So grounded through the feet, open through the hips, connected through the torso And then we want to feel light and fluffy through the neck and the shoulders and the jaw. So we've really got this light liftedness. So we're grounded in the feet, open through the hips, connected through our torso and breath, and then light and fluffy through the neck and shoulders. We're going to bring the chin to the chest. We're going to slowly roll down. Stay grounded in your feet. Pull yourself into your pelvis. Re-stack all the way back up into that position. Lifting nice and tall, light and fluffy. Staying connected. One more time. Chin to chest. Roll down. Articulate. Connect back up. Beautiful. And now we're just going to melt, flop, and relax inside the hammock. So well deserved. So all I want you to do is open your hammock out fully. You're going to be lying in this beautiful space. So just take 4 grabs so that basically you're going to be sitting right into the center of the hammock. So you take it behind you here. I've got thumbs out in front, fingers in. And I just stand underneath the plumb line. I'm using my elbows at the back so that I can just sit up into the hammock. So I'm sitting nice and comfortably. I take my hands out to the side and the hammock comes all the way up and it's above my head here. And then all I'm going to do is lie back fully into it. Take 1 foot at a time inside the hammock and just let the hammock lie out nice and straight and long. And then from here, all I'm going to do is just gently bend my legs. You can have your legs straight or bent. And I'm just going to relax into it from there. So just really melting and relaxing. And when you are ready, you can just poke those little toes out the ends. Reaching up. Always the hardest part of coming out of the hammock. Thank you so much for today. I hope you have a beautiful day and evening ahead of you. Thank you for joining me.